At just age 11, Leana Hengari carried out her first suicide attempt by drinking tablets, hoping she would overdose and disappear for good. Overshadowed by feelings of doubt, loneliness, and worthlessness, opened the door for depression, which she says she knew nothing of. This took a great toll on her, poorly impacting her mental health, and later suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. Having lost count of the number of times she attempted to take her own life, suicide later became an addiction, which she describes as having a toxic romantic relationship with. While others fantasize about the beauty of life, she opted for death. Her mental illness was brought on by childhood trauma and an absent father.
There were so many things contributing. So even at school, the one place that was my sanctuary, it started being not my sanctuary after all. Or certain things started happening at school and I didn't feel included or like I belonged anywhere. And that to me was like, okay, then just like maybe this world isn't for you. Because I remember one of my darkest fantasies when I was a child was not even about marriages or what, it was about dying or my funeral. I would envision my funeral in.
Like many victims, she too used different methods such as drug overdose or pricking her veins with needles. This was a cry for help as she hoped someone would notice. To escape, writing was a coping mechanism, but having little to no support hardly made things easier for her.
Like I would just prick until I saw, okay, the space or the place was large enough and blood was really flowing. And I would like literally sit or lie down and just wait for the blood to just flow until it's done. And at times I would feel this arm getting numb.
Suicide has rocked the country, with some describing it as a curse on the nation. Just over the weekend, 6 people took their own lives. Junior Kapofi, a helpline counselor at Lifeline Childline, emphasizes the importance of mental health. Mental illness, on the other hand, is one of the most common contributing factors leading to suicide.
Mental health is something that is very important, and once it's not taken care of, you'll be in a space where you find yourself doing things that could have been prevented, such as suicide. And also, just growing up in a world where you're not really taught to be expressive. In the world today, things such as mental health is a taboo. So when you find yourself in a space in a place where you're not in a good headspace, it becomes a concern whether, okay, should I now really share this? Because growing up, I was not told to do this. It's not normal. So I can't do this. And at that, it mostly leads to suicide. So
Kapofi says more platforms need to be created to raise awareness on suicide to save lives. Now aged 29, Hengari is an author and counselor and hopes her story will help others not to lose hope. Sialman Dikwa, NBC News, Windhoek.